Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back. So welcome back to my channel. We are on our way to London at the moment. We are going to renew our passports, and so we'll be taking the train today. Long story short, that was not the original plan. Original plan was for us to go on Thursday. Today is Friday. Original plan was to go on Thursday, and would come on, let's go. And we'll stay at our friend's place, go for our biometrics on Friday today, and then return on Sunday. But my nephew's birthday is tomorrow, which is Saturday, and definitely we're not missing that. So we just had to change our plans to just take the train today being Friday and return same day Friday. We are on our way to train station. We're almost there. I just thought, I've been hearing so much gist about immigration here in the UK. The immigration office actually here in the UK, or rather the Nigerian immigration office here in the UK. So I just thought, it would be good to kind of document it for other people who would also want to have an idea of what it is now, even though I hear that it's a lot better. But let's see. I don't know. Let's see. By the way, it is currently a few minutes past 7, but you guys see how dark it is. It's past 7, but it is still pitch black. Cora thinks it's actually night, like she says, oh, is it almost bedtime again? Like, no, we just woke up. But yeah, I would catch you guys soon. I'll just take you guys along and show you guys as much as I can show you guys.
Honestly, you can park your car here.
I think you can actually. People park their cars here. I think so. I don't know if you have to pay, but you can park your car. Yeah.
Look like an individual.
When we was like in graduation, Mama.
Come closer to me.
I didn't like that. Mom, we was like in graduation. When we were going on that.
Guys, so that's how we would have actually missed our train from the beginning, because we didn't realize that we were initially standing on the wrong platform. Now this train station was recently upgraded, so they also fixed like a different section of the train station. We didn't look at our tickets to know that we were supposed to stand on platform 2, because we are used to standing on platform 1. It was a few minutes before the train arrived we realized, oh my gosh, we're on the wrong platform, and we quickly had to then get on the elevator and come to platform 2. Just imagine if we had actually missed our train from the beginning of the trip, like what would we have done? Like, nah. But thank God, just imagine, it was not up to like 2 minutes we got to platform 2, our train arrived. So yeah. So this was us on the train. See me feeling myself, not knowing that I had it coming. We had no idea what was in stock for us this day. Anyways, you guys will understand what I mean later on in the video. Anyways, this was our first train. So it was like a 2-train ride. This one was taking us to Wakefield, Kirkgate, and we're to get on the one going to London from Wakefield. So this one was like a short, I think it was maybe a couple of minutes long, and we then got on the main train, which was I think 3 hours or something, because we left the house around 7 o'clock and we got to our destination at around 11 o'clock. So yeah. And of course, when you're traveling with kids, one has to really be prepared. That's why we had to come with Cora's tab, because we knew it was going to be a long trip, and the only way or the best way for her to enjoy the trip and for us to also enjoy the trip was for her to be as comfortable as possible. So we had to bring our tab and bring her tab. We brought quite a couple of snacks just so that no one was hungry on the train. It was a good ride, to be honest. It was a very smooth journey going. It was when we're coming, that was when all the drama started. You guys understand when when we get there, like it was chaotic coming back. But anyways, I'll just see you guys later on about that one. So at this point, we're already on the second train. That's the one from Wakefield to London. And now, for all this kind of long journey trains, right? You have seat numbers. We did not sit down where they had told us to sit down. We didn't sit down on our seats. Like, we just went and sat down where they had the table, just so that we'll be comfortable, forgetting that for this kind of long journey trains, you would have to sit where you are allotted to sit, right? By the time we got to a certain point, people now started trooping in, because at this point the train was a bit empty. But then we got to that point, and then people who were supposed to sit down on the seats where we were came in, and oh my gosh, they were kind enough not to bounce us, because God knows, in my mind I was just praying. I was like, oh God, I can't even start trying to get off from this seat and packing my things, and it was just going to be a law. So I just prayed silently, oh God, let them just be nice enough to just allow us sit. And that was what happened. We just sat down all through, and then they had to like sit down on the seat beside us, and then someone who was supposed to sit down on that seat came, and then she too respected herself and just sat down elsewhere. Anyways, that was how all of that went. Everyone was just comfortable. They were even gisting with us and everything. It was a smooth ride. It was actually a three train ride, because when we got to London, we still had to get on another train taking us to the area where you have the passport office. So yes, we had to get on 3 trains. But like I said, going was pretty smooth. It was a smooth trip. It was just coming back, like I said, I will just people all the drama that happened. So at this point, we had gotten off the train, and we're now trying to find our way to the passport office. Now, for some reason, we just were not understanding Google Map on this particular day. We didn't understand where it was telling us to go to. So we're just walking like back and forth, to and fro. We'll walk forward, we'll go backwards. But after a while, we were able to figure out, what it was saying, and then we just kept going. Now, at this point, our appointment was for 11 o'clock. At this point, it was to 11. Now, one mistake that we made that I want to point out so that nobody else makes that mistake. When you're applying, of course, we all know the process. You'd have already done your applied for your your NIN number. If you do not have that, you have to do that first before you can even apply for your renewal, right? So we had done all of that, and then they gave us our confirmation slip, which had our appointment time. Now, because we had already heard gist that, oh yeah, things have changed now, everything is done in a timely manner, they'll keep to time and everything. We said, oh yeah, since our appointment is for 11 o'clock, right, we'll just get there. That was even one of the reasons why we felt okay, we could go on Friday morning and come back Friday evening, since our appointment is not too early. It's 11 o'clock. We'll definitely get there before 11, go in, get our stuff done, and then come out. That was not actually how it was. We got there, and even though we got there 2 minutes after 11, our number was 318, meaning the time, your slot, that's the time slot you're giving, is of less importance. What is of most importance is your number. So if you get there at 8 a.m. and you're number 5, but your appointment time is actually for 12 a.m., you will still get your biometrics done before someone whose appointment time is 9 a.m. If they come after you. So what they are looking out for is whose number is first. Even if your time is 12 noon or 1 p.m., as long as you're there early, you'll get your biometrics done. So when you're doing it, don't say, oh, my appointment time is for 11 o'clock, I'll get there just then. You're going to still wait until your number is called, because they'll come to call numbers. Well, they have it it's automated, right? So you hear when your number is being called. So that was how it was. So after walking around for a while, you can see it on my right hand side. That's the passport office there with the Nigerian flag. We walked around for a while, and then we eventually found the place. And good enough, because I was thinking that I was going to see like a long queue and everything. No, we just had like a couple of people outside trying to sort out all of the documents that they needed. Now, in terms of documents, what we did was my husband had initially bought the, what's it called now, the envelope, postage envelope from the post office close to us, just because we knew that it was going to be cheaper for us that way, because he thought that we would be able to put all our passports in one envelope and of course pay for the posting fee, that's the postage, right, which was £20 each. We didn't realize that you would have to buy, if you're four of you in the family, you would have to buy individual envelopes. So it was when we got here, the guy said, oh no, we have to buy 3 more envelopes. And guess how much one envelope is? One small checker envelope, £20. So we had to now pay extra £60 for 3 more envelopes, whereas the big sized envelope we bought at home, and this was where I was writing all of the, like, we had to write our names and contact details. The big envelope we bought at home was £10, but the very small envelope that we bought here cost £20, and then we had to pay extra £20 for postage. Anyways, we got through all of that and we got inside. If you notice, there were not a lot of people outside. It was when we got inside, we saw that, oh, there were people here, and we had to wait for our turn. Like I said, our appointment was for 11 a.m. and we got here right on time, but we still had to wait until, and we were 318, so we had to wait until our number was called. So just disregard your appointment time. They will not use your appointment time, so you still have to come. Even if your appointment time is for 9 a.m., 8 a.m., whatever it is, you have to come early. It is first come, first serve, regardless of if your number is number 1 or number 20. So that's how it was. It was pretty. So if I'm being very honest, I would say it wasn't as stressful as I had prepared myself that it was going to be. It was just a long wait. At this point, I had to use myself, and I wasn't quite impressed with the restroom, to be honest, because I'm like, this is the Nigerian passport office. It should be a lot better, but this was like, I was like, nah, what is this? Like, what is this? Anyways, so basically that's how it was. It was a very smooth journey. Everything there was smooth, because after our number was called, my husband took the passports went to drop the passports with people at the counter, and then eventually we were now called to go upstairs for biometrics. The only thing that was tiring was just the wait, because we thought, okay, since we're supposed to have our appointment for 11 a.m., it was going to be a smooth sail. Anyways, at this point we had gone upstairs for biometrics and we had to also wait for a bit, but after we're done, we that was it, and then we just left. So at this point I noticed that they had posters saying cameras were not allowed, so that was why I didn't want to violate that, and I just enjoy the view of my boots. But like I said, it was really it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. What I'll say is, when you're going, make sure you have cash with you, not transfer, like proper cash with you, because know how you go still drop. No matter how prepared you are, you go still drop for one thing or the other. So yeah, at this point we were done and we were going we're on our way back home, but of course we were hungry. I think it was a couple of minutes past 2 ish at this point, so we got there around 11, we left around 2, so I don't think it was that bad. Well, at least it wasn't as bad as I thought, even though of course they didn't use our time slot, but yeah, that's okay. So at this point we're trying to find the nearest KFC. Guys, we walked in circles on this day. We walked in circles for some reasons. I don't get it. The map on this day was not just working the way we wanted it to be, the way we wanted it to work. So we had to do a lot of walking. Eventually we had to settle for one fish and chips shop, which wasn't all that, if I'm to be honest. Like, it had no taste. I just ate that thing because I was hungry and it was expensive. Of course, it's London, it was expensive. One thing I forgot to mention was the fact that we didn't get to do any passports, and that was because we didn't have the complete documents required, because we made a mistake when we were applying. We applied for all 4 of us at the same time, forgetting that she would need a fresh passport, meaning that the documents they'll require from her will be different from what we will need. So they for Annie, she'll need like some additional documents. So best thing, if you want to apply for your child who doesn't who just needs a fresh passport, do it separately. So apply for yourselves for people who are wanting to do renewal separately, and then for your child who wants a fresh passport, because the documents you guys are going to need will be different documents. Some will be similar, but your baby will need like some additional documents which we didn't have at hand. So they told us to come back, which of course we'll do at a later time. So that was one mistake that we did, and I just thought to point that out. At this point, we were just I think we just stopped here to just pictures and yeah, basically just continue our journey. So not far from that fountain, we passed by the Canadian embassy, and immediately I could spot the difference. Like in everything, like the difference was just so clear. Anyways, it is now from my mouth that you hear that monkey went to the market and got lost. If you know what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. At this point, we're still trying to locate the KFC, but after a while, we just left that thought and started walking back to the train station. Then on our way, I think that was where we bought the fish and chips. We did not know what was coming, what was waiting for us. Guys, would you know that when we got to the train station, before I even talk about that gist, now this escalator, this is would I say the highest or the longest escalator I've been on. This thing was long. I mean long in capital letters. I couldn't capture it when we were going. Probably that's when you guys have really seen how high, would I even say how high or how long, everything. One thing I wanted to mention was that, as unbelievable as it sounds, we did not find any elevators at this train station. This is the major train station in London, right? What's it called now? King's Cross. We couldn't find any elevators. We asked around because, of course, because of my baby, we had a pram. Now, every time we had to get on the escalator, my husband would have to take the pram first. Just imagine how lengthy this escalator is. When we're going, he had to take the pram all the way up and then came down to meet me, because, like I mentioned in my other video when I went to London, I mentioned that I do not like taking the escalators, so I wasn't comfortable carrying my baby because let me even carry myself first on that escalator, so I didn't want to carry her. So he had to take the pram all the way up while I was holding her down here waiting for him, and then he came all the way back down to then carry her and hold Cora while I I carry myself. So that was what we did again this when we're coming. It was quite unbelievable. It was quite shocking that we couldn't find not even one single elevator, because we asked around. We even asked a staff at the train station, and they were like, oh, that there are no elevators. I'm like, so for people who are who have accessibility issues or who are on wheelchairs, how would they do it? Obviously there is an elevator somewhere, but we just couldn't find it. See, they even said, okay, use the lift. So we're here for like a couple of minutes trying to locate, okay, where is the lift, but we could not find any lift. Anyways, that's one thing to know. If you're going to be coming here with a child, just be ready to carry your what's it called, your stroller, because that was what we did, and we saw a couple of people to doing the same thing. It was quite unbelievable, but that was what happened. Now at this point, we had gotten to the train station only to discover that we had missed our train. So our original train, I think it was for maybe 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, or past 2 or something. Anyways, long and short, we missed the train, and then the other train we could have taken got cancelled, which was around like past 4ish. It got cancelled. Then the next one we could get on was for to 8. At this point, I think it was past 4. So imagine how many hours we had to wait to get on another train. And this place was really cold. Of course, it's winter. The train station has no heating, like in the open train station, right? There's no heating, so it was very cold. We had eaten the chips, which I didn't like, but yeah. So someone had told us, oh, there's this one place. They didn't even tell us. My husband had to go around to ask, please, is there anywhere we could stay that is warm? So one of the customer service guys was kind enough to take us to one enclosed area. While we're there, we stayed there for a while. I was able to charge my phone. While we're there, one uniformed guy came and saw us. I was like, oh, when he saw Cora, I was like, oh, do you guys know that there is a play area for kids that is really warm, the kids can play? And that was how we found ourselves in that play area where you guys just saw. Anyway, we stayed there for a couple of hours, and finally it was time to board our train back home. The train was for 7, yeah, I think I mentioned 7:48 or something like that, but it was to 8 anyways. Cora was tired. I was tired. Everyone was tired because it was 11. We left the house around 7 a.m. in the morning, So, anyways, then we got on the train. We got to a point and the train stopped. Then the train, like I say, manager or host, then told us that there's something wrong with the brakes of the train and they are trying to fix it. I think this is that point where we were just here for, say, I think it was close to an hour, maybe 45 minutes ish. At every interval they'll tell us, oh, they're working on it, hopefully it will move soon. But anyways, it ended up not moving, and they told us that we had to get off the train to take another train. We got off the train, waited for about 20 something minutes and got on another train. And after a couple of minutes again, this train stopped. And this time we were wondering what's the problem. They then told us that they saw someone on the train tracks, and that they had signaled to all the other trains to stop, and that they had also informed the train, what do they call them now, the railway police or something, to go investigate, and that we had to just be there until they are done with their entire investigation. At this point we were drained. This was already going to 12 midnight. We had left the house since 7 a.m. This was almost midnight. See, everyone was tired and was sleeping. The kids really tried because they were awake for quite a while. Anyways, at this point they were sleeping. We didn't get home until past 12 the next morning. As in, my eyes were literally red. We didn't get home until past 12 a.m. We had to call a family friend of ours to come pick us from the train station, because there was no way we would have gotten any other train taking us back home, because this train was to take us back to Wakefield and we don't stay in Wakefield. Anyways, it was dramatic, but we go home safely. Bye.